Dungeons and Dragons discussion group where we talk about Homebrew Buddies and Dungeons and Dragons 5th edition. My name's Addison Daniels. My pronouns are he, him. You can follow me on Instagram at AddisonD_98. But before we get into it today, we would like to acknowledge that we're on the traditional homelands of the Puyallup tribe. The Puyallup people have lived on and stewarded these lands since the beginning of time and continue to do so today. We recognize that this land acknowledgement is one step towards true allyship, and we commit to uplifting the voices, experiences, and history of the indigenous people of this land and beyond. And we acknowledge that our nation is built on the labor of enslaved people who were kidnapped and brought to the United States. We recognize this continued contribution of their survivors. We'd like to also acknowledge all immigrant labor, including voluntary, involuntary, traffic, forced, and undocumented people who contributed to the building of the country and continue to serve within our labor force. Thank you so much. You know what's next. The weekly shout out. Thank you to our contributors, our followers, Obama_OST, Lava Flash. You too can help support your local BIPOC artists by following us, because we got some fun stuff going on. It's a fun time of the year. Why not feel giving and give us a follow? Thank you to our subscribers, Cosmic Purge, Sammy Insane, and if you have an Amazon Prime account, oh my goodness, you can follow us for free, and you can get our cool wake music. You don't have ads. Perfect. And you get to support your local BIPOC artist group. I'm going to keep saying it, so one day when you look at your debit card, you're going to be like, wow, I should support my local BIPOC artist group, just even in real life, even if it's not us. Thanks to those at Patreon: Lisa H, Sade, Larissa J, Amy H, Jeanette S, Bert R, Tony D, Emma T. C'est magnifique. Beautiful. Thank you so much. There at Patreon, they get the table breakdown. So if you've been enjoying our fun little stream here at Homebrew Buddies, you too can get the items, encounters, spells, enemies, all the random shit we've been doing. You too can get that, all for $3. Link below. Check it out, because this month we're doing a whole bunch of holiday themes, because 'tis the season of holidays. And then last but certainly not least, our donors, WGL79. They've been great, they've been awesome, and thank you to all those anonymous ones who wish to remain anonymous. One last thing, we have this week and this month, we're raising money for Extra Life. Essentially, it's gaming for Seattle's Children's Hospital. And if you donate $10 or more, we have a cute little song devoted only to you. We took our top minds and we essentially came together and we said, this is the song. This is the song just for so-and-so. And you can get that if you donate $10 or more. Think about it. Now, with further ado, let's get into our little stream today. So, for today, let me pull it up. So, for those wondering, yesterday, or at least hopefully someone of the Buddhist faith can help me, potentially correct me. Bodhi Day, December 8th. So, yesterday, essentially, it is the celebration of Siddhartha Gautama. Siddhartha. But essentially, a person trying to figure out the root of human suffering went to meditate under a tree, and he just went there. And so it's in celebration of that day. So in celebration of trying to find, he's literally Buddha, dude. Well, thank you. Thank you so much. It shows how much I really, truly know. But we all learning. And you know what? It's a process. And oh my goodness. So for today, we have the sound bowl of healing. So in remembrance of this Buddhist tradition, this magic item allows the user to cast lesser restoration and recover 4d8 plus wisdom modifier hit points to all creatures that can hear sound within a 30-foot radius. And that's important because it says all creatures, not just your chosen creatures, but all creatures. This item requires you to use both hands and it takes your action, bonus action, and reaction to cast the effects of this item. You can only use this item once per long rest / day. However, the sound bowl can be used twice, but only if the user rolls a natural 19 or 20. So anything other than a natural 19 or 20 will cause the sound bowl to deal 4d8 psychic damage and a random effect to cast on any creature that can hear sound within 30 feet of the bowl. So, oh my goodness. So when I was creating this, interesting little tidbit was that I was reading up about finding enlightenment and the root of suffering and temptation and all that, right? And so I'm like, oh my goodness, I know what I can do. Let's combine some healing effects, 4d8, and let's also cast lesser restoration, get rid of some sort of effect that's dealing on your party. And I was thinking, you know what? But that's not really tempting. That's just a basic healing item, right? But I was like, okay, temptation. What would tempt me to use it again? And the fact that you could use it twice, oh my goodness. I was like, oh, okay, but there has to be some sort of stipulation to it. You can't just be able to use it twice. So you get a 10% chance with that natural 19 or 20. And so do you give into temptation and try to heal your party one more time? Or do you just practice self-restraint and only just use it once? It's the moral conundrum that people are faced, that your party will be faced. And likewise, I thought a cool little thing that you could use is this damage, because maybe you don't want to have that extra healing ability. Maybe you want to actually deal a little damage to a bunch of enemies. But what would be funny is if you go into the sword of enemies that you've just cut down and you use the sound bowl and you're like, please, nothing but a 19 or 20, and you get a nat 20 and you end up healing all your surrounding enemies. Oh my goodness. There's just a lot of versatility with this bowl. And I'm excited to see this out, because what we're doing today is I have chosen 5 random monsters, and they're going to be in a party to go against a CR level 16 Marillith. And we're going to see how well the party of monsters does with this item. But before we get into our encounter, we're going to rate it. We're going to think, is it overpowered, underpowered, or just right? Let us know in the comments. What are your thoughts? Because right now, I'm thinking it's either underpowered or sorry, not underpowered. It's either overpowered or just right. I think it depends on how you use it and what's your party ability like, or sorry, your party makeup, right? Because I would definitely give this as a DM to someone who doesn't have a healer, because that 48, very helpful. Let's just say just right. Yep, you're right. On the hearing range as well, because you also have to remember any creature that can hear gets the effects. So if you're not careful enough, you can end up healing your enemy. And I would be so pissed if you were fighting like an ancient dragon or something, and you're just barely within that range, and the dragon hears it and it's like, oh, and gets that effect, and oh my god, I'd be like, why did you do that? We just cut him down. We were just going to kill them. But let's see. Oh my goodness. I also think that if you were to literally lost my train of thought. There it is. But the use of action, bonus action, reaction, and using both of your hands, no one really thinks about it, but both of your hands are necessary, right? So like maybe you're a barbarian and you have your great axe. Well, guess what? You have to put your great axe down, and you put it down. As a DM, I would make you use a bonus action to pick it up. I wouldn't let you just give you a free action to pick it up. Because just like when people say, I'm going to draw my sword and ready, okay, great. But it's up to you as a DM. Just like I wouldn't let people as a free action heal up with a potion. I would say that's a bonus action or something, right? So if you use your DM discretion. Maybe you do, maybe you don't. Maybe you want it a bit harder. And so to use both of your hands, you make them do the bonus action like me to pick up their weapon. Or you can be nice and be like, oh, they just switch it, get your weapon, fight. It's all up to you. Because here at Homebrew Buddies, it's all about homebrewing things and figuring out and what fits your campaign with your play style. We're taking song requests. Ooh, sound travels 2d6 times 10 feet from the point of. Wow, I didn't even know that. Oh my God. Wait, so what does that even mean? 2d6 times 10? Is that. Mhm. Sure. Yeah, definitely. Oh my God. You know what? This is one of my favorite items that I've kind of come up with. And you can get it if you go to our Patreon, $3 a month, link below. Check it out. We're gonna see how it goes as well, because I'm very excited. Um, and before we get into our encounter, we're going to do a little bit of we haven't done it in forever, but we're going to do who would they be in D&D? So, of course, Siddhartha, the G Guarma, the Buddha, right? Who's he gonna be in D&D? Oh my goodness, once again, monk, cleric, or maybe a combination of both, right? That's just me. Let us know in the comments. Who is the Buddha in D&D?
I just realized my mic wasn't on when I was talking about sound. Womp womp. I'm feeling that he is. Cleric feels right. Peace domain. I just feel like that's almost like must be.
Oh, definitely. I agree. Let's see. There's that. Ooh. Okay. Who is. I can't. It's on the tip of my tongue. I can remember it. I'm remembering it.
I believe in you. I believe in you.
Mike Myers. That's it. Mike Myers and the Love Guru.
Oh. I was like, Michael Myers, the serial killer? We're going there? That's an odd segue.
Michael Myers from Love Guru. Who is he in Dungeons and Dragons?
A druid of the mushrooms.
Yeah, I can see that. I could see. I was watching Cat in the Hat last night, and then I was like, you know what? I want to watch The Love Guru, and I forgot how goofy it is.
It's not a good movie, but it's a funny movie. Like, it's a funny movie.
Most definitely.
Mm-hmm.
There's no substance. It is just slapstick, dumb, natural Michael Myers in his element.
Mariska Hargitay.
Mariska Hargitay.
Oh, ridiculous.
Who are you again? What's your name? I don't really know.
I couldn't handle it. Like, I legit... so dumb. So...
Let us know in the comments. What's your favorite Michael Myers movie?
I mean, let's be honest. The only real answer to that is Shrek. But people don't think about Shrek. I mean, like, if you want to think about, like, Michael Myers, not... Because Shrek is a DreamWorks movie, right? When you think Michael Myers movies, you mean, like, Wayne's World. And essentially. Yeah. But I would say Shrek.
I also think Shrek has made such a impactful... And it's not impact, just an impact on pop culture today. Everyone just loves and knows Shrek.
Yeah.
Shrek the musical. I don't see Wayne's World the musical.
Let's party on.
That would be so dope to have a Wayne's World musical
Oh my
and just
God.
be rock. Oh.
Let's do it. We're writing a Wayne's. Hey, help us create a new Wayne's World. No.
Yeah, oh my God. You know, because Shrek the Musical started in Seattle, we could do Wayne's World the Musical starting in Seattle.
Yep. Oh my gosh.
You
Mess.
know what? We're gonna do it. I'm gonna find a way. It's gonna be super dope. And you know what? Michael Myers is gonna come. He's gonna sit down. He's gonna be like, "Oh, there was a mate." I don't even know what Michael Myers sounds like in real life. Oh my God. Like a British guy, probably.
I'm not even gonna comment. All right, so here's mine for you. So we're talking about people that are more like, we're talking about the character tropes of the enlightened one, right? Like that's who we're dealing with. So then in that case, let's go with some other enlightened tropes and go with what would Yoda be in D&D?
Oh, Yoda.
Because he is the Buddha of that world, right?
Yeah, basically, right? He's definitely a paladin.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, you know what would be cool is to have a Jedi class in Dungeons and Dragons.
I would argue and say there is one.
Which one?
Eldritch Knight. And if not Eldritch Knight, then I would say the new psychic fighter for Warrior, or the new psychic fighter from Tasha's.
There you go. There you go. I see that more.
Which I can't find my copy of Tasha's right now. It's usually under me. Oh, it's right next to me.
Yeah, I can see that. And you know, of course, there's also just Star Wars role-playing games. There's plethora of them.
Yeah, there are. A Psy Knight.
Ooh, that one? Ooh, maybe in the future I'll have to homebrew a lightsaber. And you could be a Psy Knight, and you could be a real-life Jedi.
There it is. It really wouldn't be hard. I mean, we could do that real quick, right? A lightsaber, that's just I would just flavor a great sword to have fire slashing, you know, like 1d6 of fire and 1d6 of slashing or something.
Yeah, probably. Or you know what? I would even counter that you need that because you know, in they're so versatile and they cut through so much stuff because you know it's an energy sword, you know. I would say that unless you had another lightsaber, it could cut through your weapon.
Yeah.
Unless it's like magically resistant, you know.
I mean, that would be a spin to roll. We'll have to make this. We'll make this in the future for Homebrew Buddies.
May the 4th. May 4th.
There we go. May 4th. We know what we're doing. I'm putting it in the calendar now. It's a Wednesday, but that's fine.
We'll specifically just have it on Wednesday, just for May 4th.
Yeah, right. I'm legit adding it to my calendar right now, so we don't forget.
Oh my God, I'm gonna have to too. I'll do it after our stream. Oh my God, we are now Jedi Knights.
Are there other oh, I had another one in my mind and I lost it. What about? Nope, it's gone. It's gone. I can't think of other options.
Okay, let me think. Enlightened character tropes. Oh, let me think.
I think a lot of them are like self-explanatory, right? Like you know, Gandalf is a sorcerer. Done.
Gandalf's not a sorcerer.
Yes, he is.
Why is he a sorcerer?
I will fight you on that one. How do wizards learn their magic?
Through studying.
Through studying, right. Gandalf is blessed by the angels, descended. If you read the Silmarillion, the wizards in the Lord of the Rings are actually divine entities that are conjured by the celestials of sorts. So, and even the way that their order goes, right? Like, he only had so much power as Gandalf the Grey. And he becomes Gandalf the White, and he has all this new power. So really, they're a bit more like sorcerers than they are like D&D wizards.
Interesting. You know, hearing that, I think they might even be a warlock.
Yeah.
Because celestials, right?
Yeah,
They're giving
that's a
that
good argument,
celestial
too.
power to them. Oh, that's fun fact. I did not know that today. Wow,
I'll bite you.
Gandalf.
No.
You know what I've
Wait,
always
this is
wanted to do?
peaceful.
I want to do a Lord of the Rings campaign, and I think that'd be fucking dope.
Did you know that there's a Lord of the Rings musical?
No way.
Yeah,
But it
dead
makes sense.
serious. And the music is, I mean, like the show is too epic for the stage. Like it didn't work, right? The
Sure.
music is gorgeous. It's gorgeous. And written
check
by
it
an Indian Canadian composer, so POC.
Wow, you're
Mhm.
gonna have to check it out. That sounds really cool.
Yeah.
But I agree. How long are you gonna make it a 3-hour-long musical?
It was a 3-act musical.
Oh no way! That music better be good.
It's real pretty. It's real pretty. But yeah, what is there any other
I think the problem that we're having with the Enlightenment trope is that when you're looking for enlightenment, you're just really straightforward, honest, you know?
uh-huh.
Like you're like, I devote myself to this. And so just like Yoda, you know, devoted himself, you know, just like a paladin, Buddha, and so on, so, you know, Gandalf. They devote themselves really to their beliefs.
I'm gonna flip the script slightly. And I think D&D, the game mechanics themselves and the way that the traditional lore. Oh, we got a sound. I just heard a follow. Thank you so much, Mizu Senpai. Thank you. Appreciate the follow. Welcome to the table. I think that the druid class is intended to be the enlightened ones. If you think about like the traditional hi Mizu, if you think about the traditional path of the druid, they tend to go from like trying to understand and harness nature to becoming one with the powers of nature.
Yeah,
That's like
definitely.
the general story.
Yeah, I definitely agree with that. And I like to also think, hello, Mizu. We're talking about different character tropes of enlightenment in Dungeons and Dragons. But I think what also makes that enlightenment of Druid is because nature just truly is that true neutral, you know?
Yeah.
There's good, there's bad, there's death, there's life.
Yeah.
And I think for a Druid to try to find that, you know, connection of what is death and decay? What is life and birth, you know? Because I don't think wizards do that. Well, I mean, kind of, but I don't think to the extent. Oh, cool. Wow. Well, Mizu, we are a fun little not podcast.
Not
We're
yet.
a stream. We're a stream dealing with homebrew Dungeons and Dragons stuff. So we make our own items. Today, we're testing what I've created called this Sound Bowl of Healing. So it heals your party and it heals them from an effect, like maybe they were blinded or paralyzed or something. So it's just a healing bowl. And we're going to test that out later today in our encounter. See how it goes, because I don't know.
I also I want to shout you out and say, just jump in sometime, because I love playing with new players. I think the best times to play D&D is with new players, and because it's not, once you play, you're gonna like it takes like 3 sessions and a good DM, and then suddenly it's like, oh, I can do anything.
Truly, you can do anything. Just, you know, I have a new player in one of my campaigns. She's great, and she is so unexpected and imaginative, because she's like, I give my drug mushrooms to this random guy. Okay.
You know nothing of it, and you an experienced DM. Oh yeah, for sure. Well, I'll definitely be posting about some more new player tables and stuff soon. So let me share the Discord. I think we're gonna try to do another new player table this summer. but don't quote me on it just yet. I love doing like welcome to playing and like here's the basics and all that fun stuff. So, and also we have some great people that are also learning in our Discord that can spark the conversation. I know Kickstand's been asking a lot of great questions about running a game and such.
Yeah, definitely.
I think Marlene is a phenomenal example of a new player jumping in and same with Mickey. Like when Mickey first started playing, they were like, I'm just gonna go. And we were like, oh snap. Like our newest, oh, thank you for the follow, North is streaming. Welcome to the table.
Oh, thank you.
I think new players can bring so much pizzazz, especially if you just focus on like what you want. I think the acting way, right? What does your character need? And just always go back to that. What do you need? Oh, hi, Mizu's friend.
Hi, Mizu's friend.
Welcome to the table.
Two birds, one stone.
Two bird. I love it. But yeah, I think it's so fun to have new players and to just explore. Best module for new players, hands down. Welcome to Witchlight or The Wild Beyond the Witchlight. So far, it's been super fun. We'll be streaming it on tomorrow. Tomorrow night we'll be streaming it if you want to pop in and watch. And one of our players is a new player.
Yeah, definitely. And you know what? Another thing about new players to add on is don't worry about the rules so much. You know, because if you're playing with friends who know the rules or a DM who knows the rules, literally you can be like, I want to stab this person in the face. Okay, well the DM will tell you what you need to do. All you have to do is, I want to do this. I want to do this. Because for me, I would rather have an imaginative, wacky character or player that's like, I want to do all these stuff because I can work with that, you know? Rather, if I have experienced players, they're very tricky and they'll be like, I sit and wait back to see what happens. Why are you doing this to me?
One of my least favorite things is watching a player smirk when they've created something completely overpowered for the sake of overpower. Like, I'm level 4 and I managed to do 30 points of damage. I am awesome. And I'm like, cool, how does this help our story? Like, that's awesome. How does this help our story?
You know what's funny is that one of my pet peeves, oh my goodness, pet peeves in D&D, new segment. One of my pet peeves in Dungeons and Dragons is not following the story. So like, you know, you have your players and for instance, you get to A to B. So maybe you're trying to find the Pirate King's treasure, like in this one campaign I'm playing. And you know, one of our players, okay, preface. We just got through this dungeon and we're looking for this ancient Pirate King artifact and we all touch it at the same time and we get transported to another planely dimension. And we're on the Ghost Pirate King ship and we meet the first mate. And everyone's like, where are we? Where are we? And one of the players, he's like, this isn't real. How do we get back home? And the first mate was like, okay, you can't go home. Let me show you why. And he jumps off the ship and just like SpongeBob, he comes back. He's like, now do you believe me? And this player's like, no, I don't. And so my DM's like looking at him like, what? And so he's like, well, if you're not gonna sign and join the crew, he kills someone. He kills an NPC. My DM kills an NPC. And I'm like, my character's like, oh my God, you know what? I need to sign up. Give me that contract. I'm signing.
Yeah.
And this player, he still is like, I don't know if I should sign up. Why are you doing this?
It's like, clearly this is meant to happen for the story, right? Like, there are times where, like, I'm all about fully investing in the world and, like, living as your character. I'm all about that pseudo method when you're at the table. However, the DM will constantly give you hints of, like, yo, has to happen. This is, like, choo-choo, the railroad is leaving the station. There's only one way to go right now. Like, that's inevitable. It's a game. We have to set the scenarios. Oh gosh,
yeah.
That's yeah.
And it was just so fun because 2 NPCs died. Actually, no, 3 NPCs died. And oh my God, this guy still at the end was like, I don't know if I should sign this contract. Dude.
That just stopped the game.
Yeah, and I'm looking at my DM and he's like, I'm gonna fucking kill you.
So my pet peeve that I'll share is, and I am also totally recognize that part of this is like style, right? Play style. And I'm recognizing that as a player, I can't stand hearing no from the DM.
Ooh.
And I know that probably sounds like pretentious, like, oh, well, who does he think he is, not him wanting to hear no. But like, I've been in scenarios where we've been doing role play sets, like just role play stuff, and we're going back and forth, and every time I preposition something, an NPC responds, batting it down, or confrontationally. And I'm like, am I ever going to roll for this? Like, it's not like I rolled poorly on persuasion and then I got a no. It's like from the jump, the encounter is not confrontational, but it's already at like a standstill. I can't stand that because the whole point of the dice is to create
to decide.
Yeah, and otherwise it's literally just like a player. It's an acting scene, and this game is not just improv acting. It is improv acting with constant changes happening, right?
Yeah.
The dice decide the next step, and so whenever a DM is like, nope, can't do that. No, you can't. No, you actually can't do that. I'm like, can you at least, like, again, and the phrase that I think, Matt Mercer is famous for 2 phrases. How do you want to do this? And then you can certainly try. And I think that second phrase is so powerful because it tells you, I mean, if you want to go for it, go for it. It's probably not going to go the way you want it to.
Oh, I definitely agree with you. I think part of this comes with as an improver in theater, you're always yes and in building. And the thing I love about Dungeons and Dragons is yes and plus dice.
Exactly.
So those dice decide the yes and. And I think it's important to always just let your players be like, yeah, I'm going to do this dumb thing.
Yep.
But then sometimes I'm okay with saying no. Like for instance, maybe if they're like, instead of going to the castle to save the princess, they want to literally just stay in town and just eat burritos all day. I'd be like, okay, you can do that. You get food poisoning and you can't do that anymore and you have to go to the castle.
Exactly. Eventually the train is going to start choo-chooing down the track.
Yep.
Always. That's how it always... Now, conversely, we talk about pet peeves, and I think there's so much just negativity with the internet. It's always about like the shit on stuff and cancel stuff. So let's also conversely, what are some of those odd gems? A moment of like, I never interpreted the rules like that, but I loved that. Do you have any of those moments?
Ooh.
While you think, I have one in particular.
Okay.
Oh yeah, wait, it's mine or Addison's? Mine is the Punisher. I have a Punisher mug, and then Addison has a bear.
I do. This is from the Muir Woods in California.
Ooh, love it. Yeah, it's our whole theme, homebrew, so coffee, beer, we got a thing going. Something that I loved is I had a critical fail on something, some kind of skill check. It was, I don't think it was a combat fail, but it was some kind of critical fail. But instead of the DM going, well, that was a 1, you didn't see shit. He took the 1 to create a scenario.
Thank you.
Oh yeah, it's awesome. He took the 1 to create a scenario that was not negative. I didn't get what I wanted, but I got a completely different scenario out of it that still made sense. Like, it was a failure, but it wasn't like a, you suck. It was a, well, this other thing occurred. And I was like, oh, that's a great little... Because, the players are always like, oh, nat 1. And instantly go, well, I didn't get what I want. And I think you can really kind of flip the script slightly and go, well, no, but... And it can be a moment of like, ah.
Yeah, no, I definitely agree with that. I love that because nat 1 doesn't necessarily mean instant failure,
Hmm.
instant death. Just like nat 20 doesn't mean instant success,
Exactly.
instant, whatever. And I think as a DM, you totally have that ability to be like, you know what, you're right. This nat 1 doesn't define the story. We're gonna move it on in this way. But I do have my little happiness ingenious. Okay, so we're playing our campaign, and let's see what was. Oh, I'm a bard, and so we're going through this marketplace because we need to meet this drug dealer to find out information of where he's getting his drugs. And so as we're going through the marketplace, I'm like, is there any interesting, stores or something I can get? And my DM's like, oh yeah, of course. There's an exotic animal boutique or something. And I'm like, oh, cool, okay. So we go in, and I'm like, what's the most expensive thing you have? and and he's like, these are our wyvern eggs, and there's a platinum, gold, silver one. And I'm like, how much for that platinum one? And he's like, that's 2 million gold coins. And I only have 800. And I'm like, oh god, let me see, spell list, skill list. And I'm like, oh, distort value maybe. And I'm like, can I cast distort value? And he's like, well, technically, it's if you're selling things, or you're trying to con people to buy from you. But I'll let you roll an arcana check to see if you can uh manipulate the spell to work. I got a nat 20.
That right there, that right there, that's the best thing you can do as a DM, in my opinion, or a game manager. Well, the rules say this. This is the way it's meant to be. And then if it's not so, in my opinion, if it's a cantrip, I will be a little less flexible because cantrips are cast freely.
Yeah.
But like I had a similar scenario where a player of mine they had a curse that was spreading, and it knocked them knocked them unconscious. They were done, essentially done. And so someone had gentle repose, and they were like, "Can I use gentle repose to slow the spread of the curse so he's unconscious, but his soul won't be taken?" And I said, "Roll for it." Because that's not how the spell works.
Yeah.
I was like, well, that's not how it works, but let's see what the dice say.
Yeah, definitely. I love that. And if you think cinematically, if we think like cinematically in your campaign universe, you're a wizard, for instance, right? Or like, let's take mine. I'm a bard, and I was trying to steal by distorting the value. I definitely would try as a magician, as a magic user, to be like, the value is different than what I see. I would definitely try to be sneaky. And if you're a high enough level, right? Because we're level 10. And so, we're experienced enough that we're skilled enough that we know how to use magic. And in game, it makes sense to have those kind of flexible spell casting, what have you.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Oh my goodness. This has been a great segment.
Yeah.
We'll call this Pet Peeves and Proves.
I love that.
Cool. So we're going to take a real quick break. So at BTT, Break the Table, and Homebrew Buddies, we like to do a thing called the mid-show boost. So we like to support our local BIPOC artists, and we like to just send their stuff out. And you can follow them on YouTube. They have songs. They have all this kind of stuff. But for today, we're doing our Extra Life video. So we're trying to raise money for Seattle Children's Hospital. And if you donate $10 or more, you get your own song written by all of us. And so if you want that, check out link below. We have this cool video, but we'll be back. So stretch, get some drinks of water, whatever. But when we come back, we'll be testing our encounter of the sound bowl of healing. So stay tuned.
62 kids like me enter a CMN hospital every minute.
My name is Sean Gorey. I'm from Cleveland, Ohio, and I want to change kids' health in university hospitals, Rainbow, Babies, and Children's, because I was treated there as a kid, and this is my way of giving back.
Kids can't wait.
To change kids' health means to fundraise by playing video games or tabletop games for these kids that are like not having the best time of their lives right now. They're having to fight scary diseases, scary illnesses, some of them more rare than others, and we just do everything we can to help fundraise.
What's up, Extra Life? I'm so inspired to hear about all you're doing to help sick and injured kids treated in your local community, and the fact that you guys are playing games to help these kids is it's amazing on many levels. It's fun, but it's also making such a huge impact. So congrats on the millions of dollars raised today, and good luck with the rest of game day. And break a leg. Do you say break a leg when you're playing games? Probably not. That's more of an actor thing. Okay, just have fun.
My name's Eric Sears. I live in Ottawa and I'm treated at CHIA for type 1 diabetes. My favorite part of my children's hospital is the doctors, nurses, and educators. When I show up to my checkups, I get high fives and hugs, and they're so supportive. They're just awesome. Did you know that 62 kids like me enter a CMN hospital every minute? That's a lot of kids that need help. Join Extra Life to help kids like me.
My name is Defy, and I'm from the East Coast of Canada, and I want to change kids' health at the IWK Children's Hospital because as a father myself, I know they're always going to be there for me if and when I need them.
Million kids like me enter a CMN hospital every year. For me, I entered my children's hospital when I was 9 years old for my miracle story. Happy to report that my health is on the up, and it's all because of gamers like you.
My name is Tara. I stream on Twitch, and I did Extra Life last year, and I raised $5,000 for Children's Hospital of Omaha. I wanted to raise it for people that couldn't afford to go there, because I know not everybody can afford to go to a hospital, especially if something comes up like randomly.
So my why to help kids' health at KU Pediatrics is because of my cousin Teague. She has been battling cancer for a few years now, and she's 6, and I just can't wait till she becomes this amazing, incredible individual as an adult and has gone through that thanks to the support of people like you.
What are you doing?
Mom, go get my toy. Who's that going on the block in the hallway?
After shade one.
He even has like a big wave in his hair.
I know. You are so freaking silly, dude.
To the Extra Life community, thank you so much for helping kids like me treated at the IWK Health Center and TMN hospitals.
Since 2008, Extra Lifers have raised millions of dollars to help kids treated at 170 children's hospitals in the U.S. and Canada. Those funds go directly to the hospital.
This is my 7th year, so about 7 years ago, he was like, "Oh, you should do this. The good cause, play games for 24 hours," and that's pretty much like the first time I ever streamed my entire life, and I was only doing it for Extra Life. But also, like, I've gone to Seattle Children's Hospital when I was in high school. When I did Extra Life, I chose to support Seattle Children's because of how great they are. They're really good for the kids.
Let's raise a lot of money for Blair Batson!
My favorite part of my children's hospital is the amazing staff that work there.
Hello and welcome back to Homebrew Buddies, a Dungeons and Dragons discussion group where we talk about homebrew and Dungeons and Dragons, 5th edition. Welcome back from our break. Hello everyone. We are testing a little homebrew item that we made, the Sound Bowl of Healing. So I'm just going to do a quick little recap. So essentially this magic item allows the user to cast Lesser Restoration and recover 48 plus Wisdom modifier hit points to all creatures that can hear sound within a 30-foot radius. Oh, excuse me. This item requires you to use both hands, and it takes your action, bonus action, and reaction to cast the effects of this item. You can only use this item once per long rest/day. However, if you're feeling lucky, the Sound Bowl can be used twice, but only if the user rolls a natural 19 or 20. Anything other than a natural 19 or 20 will cause the Sound Bowl to deal 48 psychic damage and a random effect cast on any creature that can hear sound within 30 feet. So with that being said, let's get into our fun little encounter for today. So, like we mentioned at the beginning, what we're doing is I have a party of 5 different monsters. I have a young white dragon, a helmed horror, Kenku, animated armor, and pentadrone. And they are going to be on a little adventure to slay a level 16 Marillith. So let's go and see how this does. Oh, let me get my dice out. I'm pulling a Rico today. Okay, got it. Okay, so we find our group of merry, random monster adventurers trudging through the ancient temple of doom as they go deeper and deeper into this once beautiful, illustrious castle is now dark, destroyed, ruined a bit as the historical value of it has been ransacked by neighboring armies. We see our Kenku taking lead as they look through. Brah! We need to find this Marillith as soon as possible. Brah! We see the helmed horror.
Why, yes, it's important to find. We have to kill it for the soul gem.
The pentadrone. Ah, yes, the soul gem. It will allow us to be able to cast any magic spell at will. We need it to be able to turn ourselves to change our perception of monsters to actual human beings that have rights, regulations, please. We see the young white dragon tailing from behind. The animated armor doesn't make a sound, but it shakes its head. As our fun little monsters travel deeper into the castle, they're gonna all roll a perception check and see. Pass, fail. As they hear, the pentadrone. A little radar pops up out of its head and spins around. Perception mode activated. Found. And we see, dead ahead, a tail slither back behind into another room. The Marillith must be around. We must take extra caution. As they move in closer to the room, they see the Marillith come and strike down on, the Kenku was first. Ooh, it does not block. So with 6 arms, the Marillith tries to strike down on the Kenku, but the Kenku with its short sword blocks them all. They're all gonna roll initiative and see what happens in our fun encounter. Where are my tools? There it is. First. Yeah. hate to see it happen when your enemy monster rolls a nat 20 on initiative. But you know what? We're gonna see. That's we're playtesting. Let's see. So the Marilith goes first. The next Helmed Horror. The next will be Animated Armor. Pentadrone. And then Young White Dragon. So the Marilith, as it strikes down on the Kenku, it lashes back and it my castle. All the treasures of the soul gem is mine. Be gone at haste. And it tends to strike all 6 arms. Just gonna roll all of them at once. Hit. So 2 hits. 4 hits. 6 hits. How many attacks? Oh, it has 7 attacks. One last one. Hit. Literally all 7 hits attack. Oh my god, please don't die, Kenku. Let's see. It does. I'm just gonna take the average of it. So 13 times 7 of this Kenku. Okay. So as it gives, as the Marilith gives its warning to the Kenku, it strikes down blade after blade after blade after blade, cutting all the different areas with such precision on this Kenku as it cuts a vein, cuts a vein, cuts a vein. The Kenku, please remember me, as it bleeds out and dies. Excuse me. Let's see. This is a very intense right off the back. No more. The Helmed Horror.
You killed my best man at my wedding.
And he rushes up to try, and he's going to strike the Marilith. Let's see. He's going to use, get 2 longsword attacks. Let's see where we're at. They both hit. Man, I'm rolling good today. They both hit, and they do 16 damage to the Marilith as they strike with brutal force, hitting them. Okay. With that, let's see. Animated Armor goes next. So this Animated Armor tumbles up forward, tries to surrounding the Marilith, going around to the side. As it takes its 2 attacks. They both miss. The Marilith, with its extra arms, blocks it naturally, kind of like General Grievous in in Star Wars: Revenge of the Sith. Blocks them as it takes its attack. Next, we have the Pentadrone. The Pentadrone comes up. We must defeat this Marilith in honor of Kenku. And they take their, let's see. They're not going to do that. But they're going to do their multi-attack. So they're going to come up from around behind. And they're going to try to, pincer attack? Or something like that. But let's see. They'll do, so 1 hit, 1 miss. 2 misses. That's 4. 1 last attack. A hit. Great. So that'll take the average. That's 3 hits. So 15 damage. So as they're fighting this Marilith, the Pentadrone is able to punch. But the last 2 punches are blocked by the other arms of the Marilith. Deal. Okay. And last but certainly not least, the Young White Dragon lets out a roar of anguish as he sees his Kenku friend die in front of him. He flaps his wings and begins to fly up in the air. And as he flies up in the air, he's going to do a cold breath, not caring about his party that's in it, as he just sees his friend die. So everyone's going to do DC Constitution saving throw. They have to beat a 15. Let's see. Okay, we got 18 pass. Pentadrone passes. Helmed Horror passes. The animated armor does not pass. Marillith, let's see. The Marillith does not pass. So, as this dragon breathes in and breathes out, the Pentadrone and Helmed Horror, they end up taking, let's see, half as much as 45. That's 22 damage. So that's Pentadrone minus 22. Helmed Horror minus 22. As they leash back and forth. Ooh, it is chilly. My circuit boards are not functioning properly. The Helmed Horror.
Oh yeah, I'm not used to this cold weather up in hell.
The animated armor, however, let's see, what is it? Okay, it takes full on 45. Oh, the animated armor, as it faces the icy breath attack, it freezes in place and is no longer conscious. So they're going to start their death rolls at some point. The Marillith also, let's see, also ends up taking 45 damage. As this is, Marillith is not wearing conducive. The Marillith isn't wearing layers. They're just wearing their armor, battling, protecting their soul gem. I'm an exothermic creature. Please, not the cold. It's back up to the top of order with the Marillith. So the Marillith ends up taking their 7 attacks. So it's surrounded by... Oh, it's not surrounded? Okay. So it's going to try to use 3 of its attacks on the Helmed Horror. It's going to use 4 attacks on the Pentadrone. So let's see. That. The first 3 attacks, let's see, plus not... They hit... hit, miss. So, okay, so let's do the 3 on the Helmed Horror. It does 13 damage, so 13 plus 13 plus 13, 26, 39. 39 damage to Helmed Horror. And for the Pentadrone, let's see. Miss. Cool. So the Pentadrone, with its multiple arms, is able to counter all these sword swings from the Marillith. But the Helmed Horror, still chilly from the cold breath, lets its guard down, and the Marillith strikes at it. So we have that. The Helmed Horror not looking so good.
Please, I need a heal up.
He draws his weapon. Puts his weapon away, and he reaches in his bag to pull out the sound bowl of healing. And
please work. I got this from some random monk. Hopefully it works.
And he dings it. Ding. And an ethereal sound comes out as he begins to rotate the spinner on the bowl. So all the creatures, they are recovering 4d8s. So let me pull out my d8s. 1, 2, 3, 4. Ooh, so I literally got 3 8s on this roll. I have no clue how that's statistically possible. I should go gambling at a casino. My luck is great tonight. So 8 times 3 is 8, 16. Oh my God, 24. But ironically, I did get a 1. So 25 damage is healed. So as 25 plus 25. Oh yes, of course. Luckily, because the animated armor was in that, they pop back up. They do that. Penta deals 25. Perfect. So, as the sound continues to radiate, everyone starts to feel a bit better. The Helmed Horror starts to feel warm inside as...
Oh yes, I'm feeling better.
The animated horror instead of being frozen in its position, begins to slowly move and wake up. It's ready to fight again. The Pentadrone, the Pentadrone receives bzz, 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 update required. Update installed, and it receives its back up to full health. Next is the animated armor. So let's see. It comes up and swings out, trying to hit the Marilith again. Ooh, both of them hit. And armor. Oh, nope, sorry, just one of them hits. And so let's see, that does, take the average, that does 5 damage to it. So the animated armor with its weapon strikes at the Marilith. The Marilith not paying attention because it's still feeling good from that sound bath it received. Gets slashed. A knife bath and a knife attack. I'm going to have to kill you all. The Pentadrone then begins to take its 5 attacks. Ooh, actually, you know what? The Pentadrone is going to, it stops and it thinks, bzz, 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 bzz. We must use my paralysis gas. We have to end this enemy. And it sprays out paralysis gas to everyone within this. And let's see. They have to survive. Let's see. I'll roll for Marilla, or I'll roll for our Helmed Horror, animated, and I'll say a young white dragon too. Let's see if they survive. Oh, last one. No way. Okay, so all 3 of them, as they begin to inhale the gas, it starts to convulse on their muscles, and they get paralyzed. They are now paralyzed for 1 minute. The creature can repeat the saving throw at the end of each of its turn, ending the effect on itself in a success. Oh my goodness. Okay. And last but certainly not least, the Marilith. Let's see. Saves. So this Marilith smells. My infants are better than this gas. Oh yes, and the young white dragon is flying still, so it lands on the ground. I'm gonna roll a luck check for this dragon to see if they fall onto the party and the enemy. So we'll say on a 1 to 5, it rolls on everyone. We'll say 15 to 20, it's just the Marilith. It's a 3. It's everyone. So, as this young white dragon, smells like gumbo. It falls down as its stomach is growling, and it lands on everyone, flattening them. We're gonna say that. Let's just do 2d8 damage. So everyone's gonna take 9 damage. So minus 9, minus 9, minus 9, minus 9, including the white dragon, minus 9. So this white dragon is flattening everyone as it's on top of each other. Please, combo. Let's have the Marilith. I'm gonna have the Marilith roll a strength check to try to get out of the young white dragons. It's pinned down, so it's prone. Nope, it isn't. It tries to move up, but all of its arms are pinned down by the neck of this dragon. Oh, let me go, let me go. This is insane, oh my god. Okay, so we're back to the top. So it's the Helmed Horror. The Helmed Horror is going to roll for their Constitution saving throw. Let's see. Please, they're the one that has the bowl. They save! Okay, get out of their paralysis.
Oh, yeah, that's right. I need to. Oh, I can move again. But now, Dragon, you're on top of me.
I'm going to have it roll to see if it can get out of the dragon. It succeeds! Yes! So it's able to pull itself out from the dragon's wing as it begins to stand up once again. The animated armor is going to take its turn to be able to get out of paralysis. It does not. Pentadrone does not. Young White Dragon does not. Oh my god. Okay, the Marilith is going to try to get out with a strength check to see. It does not. Oh my goodness. The Helmed Horror thinking to itself.
I'm remembering what the monk said to me. This is a dire situation, but I need to do it.
And it's gonna roll and try to use the bowl again. Oh my goodness. Okay, let's see. I need a 19 or 20. Please, please. I'm too scared to roll. You know what? Let me show the character. I'm not kidding. I rolled a 20. I got that freaking 20. So, as the Helmed Horror begins to use this item once again, and all the creatures, they hear and they start to feel a little bit better. And the dragon.
Oh, yes. I'm not hungry for gumbo. I'm a dragon.
And it gets up off of everyone. The Pentadrone, internet error connection. Beep 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 beep. It has that task support, fixing problem. It's back to normal. The animated armor shakes its head, ready for action again. But unfortunately, the Marilith, ha, you fools. You got off me, and now I'm ready to kill you. It also does, let's see, how much does everyone heal? This is an intense thing. Okay, it does 10. Oh, it does 15. Everyone heals 15 damage. Plus 15, plus 15, plus 15, plus 15, plus 15. Okay, so let's do a quick update on everyone's health and see where everyone's doing. Oh my god, okay, so 18, 15, 23, 33. 33 plus 45 is 78. 78 plus 11 is 88. And 88 minus 40 is 48. So overall, the Marilith has lost 48 damage. The Helmed Horror, 22, 39, 50, 61. 61 plus 9 is 70. 70 minus 40 is 30. The Helmed Horror has lost 30 damage. It's taken 30 damage. The animated armor, 45 plus 9 is 54. 54 is 14. It's only taken 14 damage. The Pentadrone has taken 22 plus 9 is 31. Oh, hasn't. The Pentadrone is still at full. The Young White Dragon is at full. Okay, so let's see how this epic tale will end. Oh my goodness, I don't even know. Okay, so the Marilith, as it reaches back, it begins to take its attacks and it aims it at, let's say, the Helmed Horror. It's going to take all 7 attacks of it. Okay, hit, miss, hit. Miss. That's 6. One more. Miss. Okay, so it takes 3 attacks. It'll do 13. So 13 plus 13 plus 13 is 39. So the helmed horror, it sees in front of it, I'm tired of you. You have been causing me all this damage. And it strikes. The helmed horror is trying to block all its might, and it blocks most of it, but it still takes 39 damage. As it, let's see, is it down? Let's see. Oh, as the Marilla takes its last strike, the helmed horror, no, please, avenge me. And it collapses on its back as it will now do death saves. Okay, next we have, it's the helmed horror's turn. Takes its first death save. It passes. Good job. And it's the one that it can't use the bowl anymore. Oh my goodness. I don't know what's going to happen. The animated armor is next. And it's going to take 2 of its attacks. Okay, they both hit. And they're going to do 10 damage. So the animated horror, seeing its compatriots in arms take this damage, it shakes its armor very violently as it tries to strike at this Marillith, and it deals 10 damage. The next up is the Pentadrone. The Pentadrone looks, we must end this, please. We cannot take any more damage. We might lose. And it takes all 5 of its attacks. Not hit. Not hit. Actually, 12 plus. Nope, not hit. And hit. Crit hit. So it doesn't hit on 1, but hits on all 4, and it does double damage on 1. Okay, so that's 5, 10, 15, 25. So it deals 25 damage to this Marillith. Okay, so this Pentadrone, realizing that this needs to end soon because this Marillith is still looking good, it takes its arms and Oda, just like a JoJo character, and begins to punch this Marillith. Oda. Dealing 25 damage to it. It's the young white dragon's turn. Let's see. The young white dragon is going to use 1 bite and 2 of its claws attacks. Let's see. Let's roll for him. Let's see. No hit. Let's get that claw attack. Come on. Hit. Okay. So it deals 11 damage as the young white dragon tries to snap and bite this Marillith's head off. The Marillith ducks down. It tries to swipe at it with its claws, but the Marillith is able to jump up, just like the show Wipeout. You know when they have that random things they have to dodge? That's exactly like that, but no death. But actually, death is involved in this time. But as this Marillith is looking at this white dragon cockily, she forgot about the other claw as it comes down on her and deals 11 damage. This Marillith isn't looking good whatsoever. Oh my goodness. Yeah, it's not dealing good. Oh my goodness. Okay, so it's back up to the beginning of the turn. The Marillith. You insolent fools. You cannot have my soul gem. As it once again begins to strike at the it's going to do the animated horror. So it's going to take its attacks on the animated horror and the Pentadrone. So let's do 3. Ooh, miss. Do 1 more. Hit. Okay, it deals how much? 13. So 13 to helmed horror. Animated. 13. It's going to do its 4 attacks on the Pentadrone. 16. Hit. Miss. Hit. So it deals, once again, 33 damage to this Pentadrone. Ooh, the Pentadrone takes this damage. It's kind of looking like it's shorting out as its wires are cut. It is now the animated horror's turn. It says something really cool, but in animated armor speech. So unless you speak animated armor, you don't know what it says. And none of the party members do. So they're just like, what did he say? They both hit, dealing a 10 damage to this Morillith. It slams into it, hits it back against the wall. It's looking slower and slower as it's taking more damage. The Pentadrone ends up taking its 5 attacks. Come on, it's our final push. Let's kill this Morillith and become not monsters to society. As they roll, ooh, not hit. Come on, 3 more hits. Come on, baby. Hit. One last one. Hit, yes. Okay, let's see, where is it? Oh, the Pentadrone deals 5, 10, 15. Deals 15 damage. Just like the JoJo character. Order. And this Morillith just taking this damage. Please, you don't understand. It's on its last legs as it's getting hit. And this young white dragon. No, you don't understand. And it takes its 3 attacks. Let's see. Hit. Hit on the... It's on the bite. So that's, one last one. Please, come on. It has 1 hit. It had 16 health. And the damage did 15. So it's at 1. And they both just missed. So all it needs is literally 1 more hit. As this Morillith, it gets biting down. It's bitten as this dragon. Oh, please. You don't understand. You mustn't use the soul gem. Okay, so that it's back to the Morillith's turn. As it's in agony, it takes its last attacks on the young white dragon. Ooh, nope, no hits. No hits. 4, 3 more. No hits. Come on, you gotta hit. Okay, hit. And it just deals 13 damage to the young white dragon. As it's in this bloody confusion, the Morillith tries to hit, but instead of using the sharp end, it hits the dragon like a pan with its sword, and it's like, ooh, whack with a fan. It doesn't do much. But on this last hit, it slices on down on its head. The young one, it's the Helmed Horror's turn as it tries to roll death save. Come on. It's a nat 1. Oh my god. Okay, so 1 death save and one success, 2 failures. Okay, hopefully this battle doesn't go on too much longer. The Helmed Horror dies. It's animated Horror's turn. Come on, you just gotta get a single hit and it's dead. Does not hit. Okay, Pentadrone, it has 5 attacks. Come on. Yes, it hits. The Pentadrone. I'm just gonna roll for the other one. Okay, with its last final hit, it says the Pentadrone goes up to it. You don't understand. We monsters have our menaces to society, but all we want to do is live peacefully without heroes and adventurers hunting us down. We must use the soul gem to change their perception, so you must die. And as it says that, it punches it right into the face and crushes the skull of the Morillith. As the Morillith, wait, the curse! And it crushes the Morillith's skull, ending the life. They see the Helmed Horror is down, and they begin to heal it as it comes up.
Oh, thank you. I almost went to hell again, and it was not fun.
And there's that. They look down at their fallen Kenku brother. Rest in peace. May your CPU join the great server up above. And they all pay their respects to the Kenku. And they get into the treasure room of the castle. And they find the soul gem. And they make the wish. We wish to change the perception of humans on monsters. And as they make that wish on the soul gem, it glows brighter, and it envelops the whole monster party. And as they do, they feel this connection pull them closer towards the soul gem, closer and closer. And they eventually touch each other, and they feel that they're morphing into each other as they amalgamate into this monster. And they turn into a Marillith. And they look at each one of their hands different, and they say, no, this isn't what I wanted. This isn't what I wanted. And thus ends our encounter for today. Oh my goodness. This was an intense one. I was really scared because that Marillith, it was doing some major damage, and it was being healed. And oh my God, that nat 20 on the bull was insane. I was like, okay, they can deal some damage. Maybe there's another effect, but oh my God. This was an awesome item. Plus, there was no healers. So when I was choosing these monsters, I chose them at random. And if they had any healing ability, I would choose another one. And so, oh my God, that was a fun item to use. I think it was because let's see, if they didn't, if they didn't heal up twice, they would have died. There would have only been the Pentadrone and Young White Dragon would have been at the end. And I don't think they could have handled it by themselves.
My question, did you heal the monster each time as
well?
You did.
I did. I did.
Oh, I still have We'll Be Right Back on our name. Womp womp. Welcome to We'll Be Right Back, a Dungeons and Dragons discussion group.
Yes.
Womp womp. Let me fix that. Boom.
Hey.
There we go.
I think it was just right.
I think so.
It was just right.
Actually, I think for upper level parties, yeah, like level 8 and up, throw it at them. Especially if they don't have the healer. If they have a cleric, overpowered.
Yep, I agree. Because all you have to do is mass cure wounds. Use this. I'm just gonna keep healing every turn.
Mm-hmm.
Ooh. Next time, I want to see how it works when I don't get a nat 20.
Yeah.
Or you don't get a 19.
And it does the damage?
Yeah, and it does a random effect as well.
And I think that is why it's just right. It's because the negative could really mess things up. That keeps it from being overpowered. In this particular scenario, we saw it work out, but I think if it didn't work out, it would be just as palpable.
Yeah, I agree. I definitely agree. I think, what are the odds that that everyone failed on the Pentadrone's paralysis breath and everyone got paralyzed? And then the second time they used it, they all got healed, and it was good. It was cinematic. It was really fun.
Good. Great item, man. Great item.
Yeah, and if you want this item yourself, you can go on our Patreon, $3 a month for the table breakdown, because this month we are working on a holiday-based items. So today's holiday that we were working on is Bodhi Day. And next week's item, I don't know yet, but you might want to check it out because this was a fun little one. Last week we did Hanukkah with our Candelabra of Hope, and we have this item, the Sound Bowl of Healing. So if you want to use these dumb little items, by all means, check our Patreon out because there'll be so much fun. You can wreck your DM's campaign all you want and more. And if you've been enjoying our content thus far, we have a whole bunch of more stuff coming up. Just like Rico said, tomorrow, December 10th at 7, right? 7 p.m. Pacific Standard Time. We have the one and only Beyond the Witchlight, or Welcome to the Witchlight. There we go. Welcome to the Witchlight. A really fun campaign. 10 out of 10. Check it out. Because it's getting good. It's our long form campaign, and you want to see where this adventure takes us. If you also been enjoying that, we also have our podcast coming out, Century Ship. Be on the lookout for that. You can join our Discord, give us a follow, subscribe to us, join our Patreon, or just donate because you're really nice. But we have all this content coming at you right now and for the next year. So without ado, we'll see you tomorrow, or we'll see you next week, same time, same place. Enjoy the rest of your day.